So, game 2 is behind us, Warriors, Lakers, and you could see the adjustments early, and it was JaMychal goddamn Green starting in place of Kevin Looney, who was feeling sick. Which, when I woke up at like 3 a.m., I was like, what the hell? That can't be real. And it paid dividends because JaMychal Green was locked in from the 3-point line, which was obviously very needed as he knocked down like 3 of those. And he brought the spacing that we needed. I thought we were gonna go small, right? And we were gonna go Draymond at the 5, and then just get Poole in there, maybe Dante, maybe Poole, maybe Moody, who knows what Kerr was gonna cook up, but he cooked up JaMychal Green, who has not played much throughout most of this year, as in the calendar year. He's played early on a lot, then he got injured. Now he got a chance to start in game 2 of the Western Conference semis, and it paid huge dividends. So shout out to Steph for cooking that one up. And it just brought so much spacing, and he knocked down 3 balls, right? He knocked down wide open threes. Which, to be fair, he actually has like a 40% 3-point shooting in his career in the playoffs in like 59 games. So it's not that crazy when you think about it, actually. So that was a great adjustment. Steph got the ball in his hands early, and of course, from the start, Vanderbilt didn't pick him up completely. Full court pressing him every time. So that also helped, which I don't know why he wasn't in Steph's body all the time, but he was not. And they were just sending people at Steph, which of course opens up the 4v3s, which gives the ball to Draymond as Steph lets go of the ball early, and Draymond can just then dissect the defense, which he was aggressive attacking, he was making good passes, and it was great. The same goes for Steph, he was making really good passes. There was 1 or 2 where he were like, you're trying too much, Steph, but at the end of the day, it didn't matter really, because obviously we created so much 4v3s, so many wide open 3 balls. We actually open up the paint a lot more with this because AD had to go a little more higher, and that was great. Also, what you saw was Draymond on Anthony Davis. So Draymond, obviously, I'm not sure how the matchup data works, but he did make him more uncomfortable. Anthony Davis obviously wasn't as aggressive as the last game, and well, we've saw that AD in these playoffs so far has literally been up and down, up and down. You have a 30-point game that is like, whoa, he's the best player in the league, and then you have a 12-point game that is like, what? So it continued like that. So he's due in game 3. We'll see if Draymond can make it work. That's gonna be the true testament. But he made it work really well today. He made him, made it tougher for Anthony Davis to go to his favorite spots. He also just was more physical with him. And if you watch those matchups throughout the years, Draymond has usually done a really good job on Anthony Davis in his career. It wasn't in these Laker days when they've played not that many games. It felt like that Anthony Davis has gotten a little better playing against Draymond, but in the early days, the Draymond used to really give it to AD on the defensive end a lot, so that was great to see. I loved Moody getting those minutes tonight. He was great. Shout out to Moody. He has just showcased incredible poise, incredible defensive improvement, which I don't know where that came from, but the dude has been working, and the defensive improvement is just massive. So huge on Moody. Shout out to Kerr for trusting him. With the Kings, it felt like the Warriors needed to slow it down, right? It felt like, man, this pace is not good for the Warriors. They are too old for this, and the Kings, goddamn, running up and down, up and down, up and down. And against these Lakers, the pace isn't as fast, obviously, and it's at the Warriors' pace more so, right? So when the Warriors go to this transition and fasten up the pace and make this game quicker and quicker, it just works in the favor of them because they have the capacity. It's not as fast as against Sacramento, where it was just insane. You scored the bucket, they scored instantly on the other hand, and everything like that. It's not gonna be like that against the Lakers, and I think, is worrisome for the Lakers because they need to slow us down more than we need to slow down. So that's gonna be interesting to see what adjustments they make, because they're gonna need to probably try to switch against Steph. Maybe, I don't know, have him really picked up full court all the time. We'll see, but when Steph has the ball in his hands more, they're gonna need to make some adjustments because he really just dissected them all night long, man. He was playing point guard. So that was intriguing, really intriguing. Poole was really bad tonight, but thankfully it didn't matter. And what more to talk about? On the Lakers side, there is not much to say really, right? Because we talked about everything. And LeBron found his shot early in the first half and throughout the first half. So that was a good sign for the Lakers because I expected him to find his shot because, hey, he's playing against the Warriors, so of course he would. But it didn't really matter tonight, so that was something intriguing. And they did shoot a little better from the three-point line, it felt like to me. So, yeah, we'll see. But I'm feeling really good about how the Warriors played. We'll see if the referees get more involved also in LA because they didn't get involved at all today and it felt really good. It felt really good for the Warriors, obviously. The Lakers didn't get to the line not nearly as much as the last game, where to be fair, like I said, felt like they deserved it. Tonight, I felt like the refs were really good also. They didn't give them calls that the Lakers were looking for them certainly, but they didn't give them those ridiculous calls. So that certainly favors the Warriors because it also helps them pick up the pace. So it's going to be interesting to see the refereeing. It's going to be interesting to see what the Lakers do to slow down the pace and what they do with those, with Steph's ball handling because Steph having the ball in his hands absolutely destroyed them tonight. They just threw everything at him and everyone else feasted. And man, Clay was sensational. Shout out to Clay.